want to thank you for joining us on our On experience. We ask that you go ahead and, get comfortable in your homes and go into worship with us.
One, two.
Just
up to a day that was not promised to us. And right now we ask that you will just enter into our atmosphere, whether we're at home, whether we're in the living room, whether we're by ourselves or with our families. We just welcome your presence into the atmosphere. We ask that you overcome and give us your presence, that we thank you for everything that you have done for us, that you are doing, even though right now times may seem heavy. Some people are going through anxiety with being at home and the pandemic and everything else that's going on in the world, but we just ask that right now, at this moment, you will silence everything else, remove distractions, and allow for us to receive what it is that you want us to have. We ask that you cover the musicians, you cover everyone singing, you cover pastor that will be giving the word today, and just open up our hearts so that we can really receive what it is that you have for us. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Right now, I just want to be a little transparent with everybody. I was kind of nervous. It's been a while since I've been nervous in this position, but with this song, it takes a lot to really tap into the meaning of it. And I spent a lot of time praying and really calling up on God's name to really just help Him, just ask Him to help me to be used in this moment. And I was reminded of Moses when Moses went to the bush. Because I even got angry with God, I just gotta be real, because I felt like with everything that you prepared me for, why should I even feel like this? Why even be in a position like this? You blessed me to where I should even be in a better position. I shouldn't have to feel like this again, but I had to learn that David had to encourage himself. And even when Moses went to the burning bush, God said, take off your shoes because this is holy ground. It wasn't you that had to be holy. It wasn't me that has to be holy. It's the ground that's holy. I don't have to be perfect. So what I had to realize is that I had to start encouraging myself in the Lord. Not in myself and not in what I can do and what I think I can manage and help people to understand, but what God can truly do. So I had to just start singing something. I shall have what I decree. I believe it belongs to me. Come on, smile about it. Come on, say it. I shall have what I decree. I believe
shall have
what I decree.
I decree.
I believe it belongs to me.
It belongs to me.
So I've got to
Speak into the atmosphere.
So I've got to
Speak into the atmosphere.
hallelujah. So I've got to
Speak into the atmosphere.
there's so many more of you. God, I need to
Speak into the atmosphere.
Thank you, God, for your grace and your mercy. For you've been better to us than we could even try to be to ourselves. So as we settle, sit with us, pour into us. Give us the desires of our hearts. And we'll be so careful to give you all of the honor and all of the glory and all of the praise. All the people of God said, amen. Let us turn to 1 Samuel, the 30th chapter. We're just going to take the first 4 verses for expediency's sake. 1 Samuel, 30th chapter. The first 4 verses. We welcome all of our online family, those locally, those globally, to Destiny Worship Center. Won't you stand at home, stand in your kitchen, stand in your bedrooms to honor the Word of God. 1 Samuel, the 30th chapter. Again with the first verse, it says, and it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the 3rd day that the Amalekites had invaded the south, and Ziklag had smitten and burned it with fire, and had taken the women captive, and were therein they slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. So when David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captive, then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. We just want to use as a subject on this morning, it's not over till God says it's over. Come on, raise your hand at home and say, it's not over till God says it's over. Go ahead, high five yourself, say, it's not over until God says it's over. I see you in the kitchen say, it's not over until God says. God, I felt that in my baby toe. It's not over until God says it's over. God, that's good. We can almost stop right there. Many of us know and have heard about David and Goliath. We know that the battle was fought in a valley. We know that it was a physical fight. And it was a physical fight in a valley where he found himself engaged with a giant. But the valley that David is in today is not a physical valley. It's an emotional valley. And I would like to suggest that many of us are equipped to handle physical valleys or physical fights because we're used to physical fights. But not very many of us are prepared for emotional battles. Because an emotional battle, there's nothing for you to hit. There's nothing for you to snatch. There's nothing for you to attack. The uniqueness about an emotional fight is that it's fought between your ears. And unless you are prepared for the battle between your ears, you can lose your equilibrium for life. This is where the curtains open up on the text with David about to experience an emotional war. Says that on the third day that as David and his men of war came back home to Ziklag, that they found their camp burned to the ground and their women and children taken captive by the Amalekites. The text says that all of this happened, here it is, on the third day. That on the third day, that when they got home, all they saw was smoke and ashes. On the third day, all hell broke loose in Ziklag. That on the third day, they lost all that they had. But this confuses me because as a Christian, I had always equated the third day with resurrection, not destruction. So how do we reconcile this demolition with resurrection? How do we reconcile this mess with a miracle? Stick a pin right there, we'll come back to it. Because I believe the third day in this text was a precursor or a preview of an upcoming reality. That it was symbolic of what David's seed would one day accomplish. But what David didn't know was that this would be as low as he would ever go before God elevated him to the throne of being a king. What I'm trying to say is that sometimes we need to embrace our hell because our hell is going to be the impetus to escort us into our heavenly purpose. So if you're going through a hellish situation right now, you need to tell the enemy, take a selfie right quick because this is the last time you're going to see me this jacked up. This is the last time you're going to see me this angry, this frustrated, this agitated. Take a selfie right now, enemy, and let them know this is the last time you get to see me this broke. This is the last time you get to see me cussing folk out like that. This is the last, God. This is the last time. I felt somebody drop a paper plate in the kitchen. I mean, you say, this is the, God, this is the last time. I felt somebody put down a blunt and say, this is the last time. I felt somebody delete a number and say, this is the last time. I felt somebody squeeze the remote and say, this is the last time. I submit on this morning that sometimes you just got to be through with some things. Oh, God. It's important before you get too ingrained into chapter 30 that we deal with chapter 29. David had been aligning himself with God's enemy and the enemy of Israel to the point that he would have to eventually fight against God. But God intervened and shut it down. He turned King Achish against David, and King Achish kicked David out of the camp. And what we need to see clearly here is that there are times when you are too anointed to be misaligned. God, I'm going to give it to you again. There are times when you are too anointed to be misaligned. I'll get you right there in the kitchen. There are some times when you are too anointed to be misaligned. Let me see if I can come down the street. Everyone has a chapter 29. A chapter in our lives where we were doing our own thing. When we were seeing what we could see with as many people as we could see it with. When we had aligned ourselves with the enemy. When no blunt was too fat and no drink was too strong and no dare was too devious and no obstacle off limits. But the tension with being anointed is that every anointing has an assignment. And when we start aligning our anointing with an assignment that is not part of our purpose, there are times when God will shut it down when we start acting like a dummy. I may not be talking to you. I might be talking to you, somebody in your neighborhood. If you or somebody you know has been fraternizing with the enemy, hanging out with the enemy, DMing the enemy, getting high with the enemy, sneaking and peeking with the enemy, I'm giving you permission to intercede on their behalf and petition God to shut it down. Shut down every access and every entrance and every invitation and every attraction. And when you shut it down like the prodigal son, bring them back home, bring them back to their senses, bring them back to their family, bring them back to their first love, bring them back to their faith. Let me hear you looking at the text. Because when God shut David down with King Achish and the Philistines, David made a decision. He makes a decision to go back home. But before we leave chapter 29, we need to understand that while we are anointed for chapter 30, there are times when we have to deal with the residue of chapter 29. And the reason why you have to deal with the residue of your chapter 29 is because there are some times when residue can feel like the real thing. Okay, let me see. When I was in college, I came to the room, and my roommate, whose name shall remain anonymous on the grounds that may incriminate him, he was in the room with some buddies, and they was getting high. But when I walked in the room, they left. All was cool. All was good in the neighborhood. So I lay down to take a power nap. I take a power nap, but when I wake up and I had something in street pharmaceutical terminology called the munchies. Now the reason why I had the munchies was because I was feeling the residue of what my roommate and his friends had done before I got in the room. God, y'all better help walk with me. Sometimes it's not that you did it, but somebody else did it. But if you don't deal with their residue, you can have some effects of what they did with you in your future. So sometimes you got to deal with residue, here it is, that don't even belong to you. Sometimes you got to get other folks' stuff out your system. Sometimes you got to get other folks' thoughts out of your system. Sometimes you got to get what other people did to somebody else out of your system before you carry face stank attitude from chapter 19 and chapter 29 into your chapter 30. God, let me say deal with it. Deal with the residue. God. Oh, God. I guess what I'm trying to say is deal with the residue of your past so your past doesn't asphyxiate your future. That was kind of good. Let me deal with the residue of your past so your past doesn't asphyxiate your future. I'm looking at the text, and I feel like there's somebody who may have fallen through the cracks. You're trying to figure out and understand why people can't understand you in your totality. They understand part of you. They understand and chill with part of you. They down for part of you, but there's a part of you that they don't connect with. There's a part of you where you lose them to the point that they have you questioning you. But God told me to drop this on you. Only the people who are willing to walk with you through the exit of your chapter 29 and the remnant of your chapter 29 and the residue of your chapter 29 can handle your chapter 30. Okay, let me see. There's some people who can only handle the Wall Street you, but they can't handle the ratchet you. They can handle the healed you, but they can't handle the hurt you. They can handle the you who ministers, but they can't handle the you who has a mess. But God is saying that there is someone who will love all of you, the silly you and the saint you, the depressed you and the divorced you, the suicidal you and the saint you. You have to get this. While you are becoming amazing, there's a process to your purpose. And sometimes people can only handle your end, but they cannot handle your process, God. Because you do not wake up with super faith. God, it happens through a process of stumbling and falling and scraping your knees until you can walk and not get weary, until you can run and not faint, until you can wait on the Lord and be of good courage. Let me hear you say it's a process. Because of the process, here it is. I'm not perfect, but I am anointed. I got some flaws, but I'm anointed. I made some mistakes, but I'm anointed. God is still working on me, but I'm anointed. If I rang your doorbell, let me hear you say one good time, I'm anointed. Way in the back in the kitchenette, when you put up the dishes, let me hear you say, I am anointed. Over there in the garage, I see you changing oil and listen to the broadcast. Let me hear you say, I am anointed. The narrative says that David and his men arrived at the camp, and that the camp is burned up, and all of their wives and children were taken. And immediately, I thought about John 10:10. That the enemy has come to kill, to steal, and to destroy. And God said, that's good, Phil, but go deeper. I looked again and I said, oh my goodness. And God said, what did you see? I said, I saw three things I had never seen before. And God said, what? He said, I said, number one, I saw that the enemy burned the camp to eliminate any trace of the existence of their past prominence. Number two, I saw that the enemy took their wives to eliminate any trace of their present purpose. Number three, I saw that the enemy took their children to eliminate or cut off any trace of their future potency. Which also made me think initially that was the reason why God shut down chapter 29 so promptly. God said, you got it partially right. The enemy has been after you to kill, steal, and destroy you in your chapter 29. But the reason why I shut it down so abruptly, the reason why I got you out of that abusive relationship so abruptly, the reason why I got you in a rehab so abruptly, the reason why I moved you from the last ministry so abruptly, the reason why I showed you who they really were so abruptly was because it was time for you to move into your chapter 30. Here it is, because God knows us, and he knows how hard-headed we are. He knows we never would have moved into our chapter 30 if he wouldn't have shut down our chapter 29. So God told me to tell you, remember every foolish mistake you made in chapter 29. Remember every temporary mistake you almost made. That was chapter 29. Remember every narrow escape. That was chapter 29. Remember every time you felt like you couldn't make it. That was your chapter 29. And if you really want to free yourself, look the enemy in the eye, because you know you're stepping into your chapter 30 and say 29. When he accuses you, just say 29. When he brings up your past, say 29. When he brings up the divorce, say 29. When he brings up the rehab, say 29. When he brings up the flat tire, say 29. When he brings up when you fail, say 29. When he brings up when you dropped out of school, say 29. All you got to do is wave your hand in the air and wave it like you just don't care and tell the enemy that was 29, but you're about to see out there. God, I'm looking at we can't forget something. We cannot let David off the hook so easily, because he had done some foul stuff, but he was trying to turn his life around, and so he's taking it one day at a time. I'm talking to only those of us who made some stupid mistakes to the point where you can't even look till next week. You just got to take it one day, God, at a time. So David was taking it one day at a time, and his troops take 3 days to get home. And when they get home, they are expecting to see their wives and children. But they get home, and the camp is burnt to the ground. They get home, wives and children are gone, and everything that he valued was taken by the Amalekites. Now David is trying to put the pieces together, but now the troops start tripping. They begin to blame David. They starting to accuse David. They put everything on David. And this is where David begins to see that to whom much is given, much is required. That if he was going to be and be glad about it. David began to encourage himself and say, if God before me, who can be against me? David began to encourage himself and say, I will lift my eyes, God, to the hills from which comes my help. I'll answer myself, my help comes from God, the Lord who made heaven and earth. David began to encourage himself. But watch this. Here's my shout. David was actually saying, I know my men are crying, but I refuse to cry. Why am I going to cry over something that I'm about to get back? Okay. I'm going to give it to you like this. God told me to tell whoever you are, you've been crying about some things, wipe your face because you cried about something he's about to give you back. God told me to tell you there's no need to grieve when you're going to get back what you think you lost. Come on, let me say, wipe your face. God said don't even get a Kleenex, don't get a napkin, don't get a paper towel. Just do like we used to do back in the day and wipe your face and let the enemy know I'm not done yet. God, I'm looking. I'm just looking. I'm looking. God, this is good. I love David's thought process. David takes a look at what has transpired and says, God, I realize and I understand that where I am is because you are an intentional God. You intentionally shut it down when I was about to make the worst mistake of my life. You intentionally allowed me to get back home and find my camp burned down and our wives and children stolen. But not only are you a God of intentionality, you are a God of semantics. And if you say a thing, speak a thing, whatever you speak or say has to manifest. So before I do what I think I want to do, I want you to intentionally tell me if it's okay or not. Similar to when Peter asked if he could walk on the water, and you gave Peter a come. David said, I want to know two things, God. I want to know, should I pursue? And if I do pursue, will I overtake? And God intentionally says in his response, 1, pursue. 2, you will without a doubt overtake. And then God does his exceeding and abundant thing and gives David a 3 and tells David, 3, you will without fail recover all. Here it is. God said, pursue. God said, David, I'm giving you permission to go and get everything that the enemy stole from you. Here's your shot right here. God just gave David the green light. You want to know why this is your season to shout? It's because God told me he just gave you the green light to take back everything that the enemy stole, to start your business. He gave you the green light to go back to school and finish. He gave you the green light to get the promotion in a pandemic. He gave you the green light to make a difference. He gave you the green light to speak for those without a voice. He gave you a green light to scream for those who are silent. He gave you the green light to fight for those who are faltered. He gave you the green light to run for those who are weary. He gave you God. That's why I say, I got the green light. How about yourself and say, I got the green light? Stand up in the bedroom and say, I got the God. Woo, God. I'm looking. I'm good. Okay. I'm done. But we got to put a bow on it. And remember when I said at the beginning, we needed to be able to reconcile the third day? Remember when I said, how can we reconcile this mess to a miracle? I believe the third day in this text is a reminder to all Christians that we are supposed to bounce back. We are supposed to get back up. We are supposed to be relentless. We are supposed to be steadfast and unmovable, always abounding in the word of the Lord. And just like David encouraged himself in the Lord, I found someone else who encouraged themselves in the Lord. Jesus, when confronted with the crucifixion, has a little talk with Jesus like David did, and he says, if you don't mind, let this cup pass from me. But I believe that was Jesus' flesh in the conversation. But then his spirit steps up and says, but not my will, but your will be done. David did in 1 Samuel 30, and he begins to encourage himself and says, God, not my will, but your will be done. But there's still a question on the floor, and the question on the floor is, how can we reconcile this demolition to a resurrection? For there to be a resurrection, there has to be a death. Where is the death? For there to be a resurrection, it's in the text. The text says when they got back to the camp and the men saw that the camp was burned to the ground, when the men saw that the women and children were taken, here it is. The Bible says the men, here it is, grieved. You don't grieve unless something is dead, or you think something is dead. So when David went to God, he said, God, I need you to do something now that you're going to do later. I need you to perform a resurrection. I need you to give me back and give them back everything that we think is dead. And I just want to know, are you going to do it? And God said, this is what I need you to do, David. I need you, one, I need you to pursue. Number two, you will overtake. And number three, you will get everything that the enemy stole back. God told me to tell somebody, you thought it was dead, but today is your resurrection day. Today is the day you get back up. Today is the day you get back everything that the enemy thought he stole. Today is your day of resurrection. Today you get your smile back. Today you get your hope back. Today you get your peace back. Today you get your praise back. Today you get your worship back. Today you get your hallelujah back. Let me say, this is the day that the Lord has made. And I must, I will, I shall rejoice and be glad about it. Today is my resurrection day. Today is my getting up day. Today is my hallelujah day. God is saying you will get everything that the enemy tried to steal from you. I'm glad what God told me to tell you this. Here it is. It's not over until God says it's over. I know this has been a hellacious year. We've gone through so much, individually, collectively, as a people, as a nation. And if we did not have faith, we would wonder if God is able to restore. But because we know who our God is, because we know the omnipotence of our God, we know that nothing is too hard for him. So today I speak to everyone, small or great, black or white, who needs a resurrection. Your marriage might need a resurrection. You took out the shovel and you already started saying ashes to ashes. But God is able. Your children may need a resurrection. They out there wilding out. But just like the prodigal son, God is able to make them come to their senses and come back home. And like David, your mind may need a resurrection. Because sometimes you can go through so much hell, you can feel like, God, you can suffer so much loss, you can feel like. You can be hurt so bad, you can feel like it's all over. But I'm here to tell you, just like God spoke a word to Peter and Peter walked on the word, he walked on a calm, did the impossible. God has just spoken a word over your life. God told me to tell you to pursue. Whatever it is that you thought was dead, pursue it. Whatever you thought was over, pursue it. Whatever you gave up on, pursue it. And not only will you get to it, you will retrieve everything that the enemy thought he stole. And the thing you thought was dead, God will resurrect. So I'm celebrating with you. I'm celebrating with you over in Watts. I'm celebrating with you over in Inglewood. I'm celebrating with you over in Chicago. I'm celebrating with you in India. I'm celebrating with you over there in Bunton. I'm celebrating with you over there in Australia. I'm celebrating with you over there in Africa. Because the thing that you thought was dead, God has resurrected. You thought you'd never smile again. He just resurrected it. Thought you'd never laugh again. He just resurrected it. Thought you'd never praise again. He just resurrected it. I celebrate with you. God, I thank you. Thank you for your word. I pray that it has landed on fertile soil, that it will accomplish everything that you sent it out to do. Pray, God, that you will heal our land. Pray, God, that you will touch hearts and minds and souls. I pray for those who are sick. And we can't go to the hospital because of the pandemic. We can't go and lay hands. But God, we don't really need, as Christians, we don't really need to go all the way. You gave us the power to speak a thing, and it has to manifest. So we speak healing right now. We speak healing of our nation. We speak healing in every hospital room, in every rehab center, in every bedroom. We speak racial awareness and acknowledgement and reconciliation, because there can be no reconciliation without acknowledgement. Show yourself to be strong and mighty. Show yourself to be mighty in battle. Show yourself to be the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. In the ridiculous name